Good morning, Taconic, and welcome to another episode of the Thunder Report.
We have a great show coming up, so let's get right into it. Today is Friday, May 30th. We have some great things to show you today.
First, we have this week's top news.
After that, we have Max with this week's headlines from the Berkshire Eagle.
Next, we have a segment with environmental science about composting.
Then, we have a segment with an intro to track and field.
Next, we'll have a segment about Taconic TV's production of Morning Drive.
After that, we'll have Aiden with Obscure Laws.
Lastly, we'll have Word of the Day. But first, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First on our top headlines, this year's prom for Taconic will be coming up soon. It will be next week on Tuesday, June 3rd at the Stationery Factory in Dalton, Massachusetts. The theme is Roaring Twenties and prom tickets are $50 each.
This year's graduation at Taconic will be held next week at Tanglewood on Friday, June 6th at 3:30 p.m.
Taconic is holding a second annual cross-country alumni race at the end of the summer on August 23rd at BCC. Anyone is eligible to register, even if you aren't a THS alumni. All proceeds go to our cross-country program. See the graphic on screen if you are interested in registering. In partnership with the Berkshire Eagle, Max is here to give some information on the top headlines from the past week. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Headlines with the Berkshire Eagle. Let's check out some of the top stories in the news this week. After over 3 decades in business, Joann Fabric and Crafts in Pittsfield closed just yesterday. The location on Dalton Avenue was just one of the 440 remaining locations set for closure. The Dalton Avenue store is also the last Joann location remaining in Western Massachusetts. Significant and lasting challenges in the retail environment and constrained inventory levels over the last few years were among reasons for the bankruptcy. It is unclear what's next for Joann's Pittsfield storefront. After 40 days of hurried organizing and debate, the residents of Lake Inota Village submitted a matching $5.5 million offer to purchase their park. Over the next 120 days, the park residents will tackle the next steps in the purchasing process, which include environmental surveys and appraisals of the park on Valentine Road, and passing bylaws and completing tradings. When asked about how she feels about purchasing the park, the new landlord, Kathy Souls, said, quote, "I feel fantastic," close quote. At the National Signing Day ceremony, a total of 39 Taconic High School seniors were honored for pursuing their trade after graduation. The event was held last Thursday. Olivia Lucky is on her way to Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Elijah Jones is first heading to Berkshire Community College and then hopes to get his bachelor's degree in environmental science at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst. Vincenzo Avanzato plans to continue work as a carpenter. Caitlin Timoney, who was recognized for having the highest grade point average among seniors in CTE, is heading to Springfield College in hopes of becoming a physician's assistant, and Janiyah Jones is heading to Bentley University to study business. Well, that is all I have for you today. For more on these and other local stories, check out BerkshireEagle.com. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks, Max.
You got it. Next, we have a segment with environmental science about composting.
I'm here today discussing the new compost system at Taconic with Natalie. Now, Natalie, what is the issue you're trying to solve here with the composts?
The issue I'm trying to solve is food waste at Taconic. An estimated 30 to 40% of all food in the U.S. is wasted according to the USDA. And at Taconic, there's no different. There's a lot of food waste and organic material waste. We're implementing a composting system, and composting is a process using microorganisms that break down organic material and turn it into rich soil.
Have you found a spot where these composts will be constructed yet?
The compost bin is already constructed. It's in the area behind horticulture.
Now, why is food waste such a problem?
Food waste is a problem because a lot of the food that's wasted ends up in landfills where it takes up a lot of space and it rots, which creates greenhouse gases, which contributes to climate change. Also, the materials used to produce and transport food is wasted, which also contributes to climate change. So currently only horticulture, culinary, and environmental science shops will be composting, and that's because there needs to be a lot of monitoring of what goes into the compost, because things like meat and dairy products can go bad. So we won't be doing anything with the cafeteria, at least not this year. But yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks for that segment. Now, we have a segment with an intro to track and field.
We are here at the Intro to Track and Field event, where we have tons of students and staff here, and we're going to be interviewing them. And we're also going to be getting some clips from the event. Hello, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Coach Capeless.
Nice to see you again, Coach Capeless. What is this event?
So this event is called Intro to Track, and we have some different mental health agencies information. That way we can help to bridge the gaps for, we're celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month, so we're talking about different services and programs that are offered in the Pittsfield area, and then we're highlighting the benefits for your mental health from youth sports.
How long have you been supporting Movember?
I've been supporting Movember since my sophomore year when me and my friend Nick Berkeley made the club and brought it to Taconic, and we got Coach Capeless' help to bring men's mental health awareness to the school.
This is our first time, so yeah. But it's good to be here.
Do you know the history behind this event?
Yeah, so this is our third year doing this event. So the first year I was approached by people from Movember. They sent me a bunch of Movember hoodies, and then we came up with the idea of doing this event for youth because the hoodies were small, they were size small. So we came up with the idea of doing this Intro to Track, and then we brought in the different agencies and advocates that are local, and then so it's been able to grow each of the last 2 years. This is our third year doing this event. We've had more information from different programs each of the last 3 years, which has been really cool to see. We've had a lot of positive feedback from the participants and the parents that really have enjoyed this event.
I want to thank Coach Capeless for having us come out here today and film this whole event. It's been a great time for us, and honestly, we all had a blast. Now,
Back to the studio!
Thanks for that information. Next, we have a segment about Taconic TV's production of Morning Drive. We are going behind the scenes to show you all that we do for the Morning Drive show, which airs live at 7:30 a.m. on WTBR 89.7 FM and on PCTV. This is our studio that produced a Morning Drive on Wednesday. Our production crew is producing this wonderful show every month.
Peter Marchetti. And Mr. Mayor, thanks for coming in early. This reminds me of the old days at Taconic.
Yeah, but the studio looks so much different than the old days.
Smitty Pignatelli, Sean Sear, Jamie Choquette, William Cameron, Joseph Curtis. The Morning Drive show is hosted by Bill Sturgeon. Well, that is all I have for you today.
Back to the studio.
Thanks for that piece. Now we have Aiden with Obscure Laws.
Disclaimer, none of the following laws are in effect or enforced anymore, so if you have broken any of these laws, you will face no repercussions for your actions.
Good morning, Taconic, and today we're back at it again with Obscure Laws, and today we're looking at the state of California. In Baldwin Park, nobody is allowed to ride a bicycle in a swimming pool. How would you even do that, first off? Like, with the amount of water pressure there, how would you ride a bicycle in a swimming pool? In Blythe, you are not permitted to wear cowboy boots unless you already own at least 2 cows. So I guess 1 isn't good enough for the city of Blythe. Gotta have 2, or more. Or else, no cowboy boots. In Burlingame, it is illegal to spit except on baseball diamonds, for whatever reason. Caramel ice cream may not be eaten while standing on the sidewalk. I don't know if it means caramel like a brand or caramel ice cream, but also, what if you just eat it in the road? I mean, yeah, there's a risk of getting hit by a car, but just eat it in the road. It's that bad on the sidewalk. Women may not wear high heels while in the city limits. So the second you leave, you're good. Community leaders passed an ordinance that makes it illegal for anyone to try and stop a child from playfully jumping over puddles of water. God forbid a child wants to have a little bit of whimsy and fun. In Hollywood, it is legal to drive more than 2,000 sheep down Hollywood Boulevard at one time. So $19.99 is the limit. Don't go over that. You can do $19.99 and a half if you really want to. Those were some of the most obscure laws from the state of California, and now back to the studio.
Thanks for that segment. Lastly, the Missfulist word of the day today is culminate. Culminate is to reach a climax or point of highest development. Get notice using this word in class or in the halls, and you'll get a green ticket and be entered in a drawing for a prize from Word of the Day.
Well, that is all we have for you today. As always, if you have any news you'd like us to report, please email us at taconictv@pittsfield.net.
For more from us here at Taconic TV, check out our weekly radio show Up on Taconic, which airs every Monday at 6 p.m. on WTBR 89.7 FM, as well as on Spotify.
As always, make sure to take responsibility, have respect, and strive for excellence.
Have a great day, Taconic.